everybody, and welcome back to Seduce me, Otome on Matthew's Road. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
I'm fine. Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
All right. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's face turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. Whoa, what?
Dude, you look hot.
Ooh.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
Oh, this whole thing. It was around here somewhere. I've had it for a while. I just never had the chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to nine as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
No kidding. Yeah. I was slightly taken back on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had a poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase one step at a time, like knights waiting for the princess. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and, regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down the final step, smiling. Because that's what a proper gentleman would do.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
Honestly, to be honest, as ready as I'll ever be. I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all that I could to prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. Sam and I quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
Bequeathment.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. I looked at the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? Possibly. They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
My mom quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It was only been a couple of days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mom soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
I looked at my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? Oh my God, is it the end of the world? On his own accord? My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
Oh. Hold on a sec, folks. My cat is deciding to be a little bit of a pain in the butt here and trying to break my headset. Alright. My potential, like I have any.
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight, and now this party has become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to incubi, but they would continue to be servants for my father's approval. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt the weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. As if time zoomed forward all of a sudden, the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showing up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook my hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and a handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
It's been pretty good,
I'm
actually.
so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
Yes, I do. I felt like the questions came one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
It's hard to
What
say.
do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
It's part of reflects my own values, so I personally think it's great.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
No. It's a toy company, why? Eventually the questions stopped, and I was back to being myself. Naomi and Suzu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs, so I was alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left, right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mum pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Of course he is. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple of years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand. And not my hand in marriage.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to his lips and kissed over my knuckles. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled before releasing my hand.
I'm honored to be invited here.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, Mark. I'm so sorry, everyone. My cat has decided to be a little bit of a nuisance while I'm also recording. Now I have to kitty-proof the table. Jessica, stop knocking stuff over. Cat, you are being a nuisance. And you know you are. I'm so sorry if you can hear her. My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? Jessica, stop it.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Oh, why, thank you. I actually did not do it alone. But I won't elaborate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh, probably before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
Oh, wow. I didn't know he talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and the rather personal questions. talked to Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I wasn't able to find out. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Andrew looked, body twitched slightly, whether it was fear or insult. Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Well,
I stared at Andrew. This guy wants to take my grandfather's place as the CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. I watched as he disappeared in the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. It was obviously he needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
Yep.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word and he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my housewarming party. I'd head outside before looking at the clock. It was getting close to midnight, meaning that the party was going to end soon. I lowered my gaze out to the window and saw a limo pull up. Whose limo is that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and me to slowly escort the guests out. My dad held his simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Eventually, only Suzu, Naomi, my parents, and the incubi were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him. A wave of confusion washed over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
Oh my God, it must be the end of the world. Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up and you'll be a good CEO.
Never mind. God damn it. Oh, right.
All right. Your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and Suzu need to leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
Oh, right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
You're welcome.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Yep. Right, see ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
I will, Mummy. Will do. All four of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. Not surprising. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, exhausted. Phew, that was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
She handled herself the best she could.
As expected, Princess.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean it.
Ugh!
Sam.
Hush, Sam.
Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
All of us shot our heads towards the door, pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. And keeping it in mind as well, they waited till all the guests had left, compared to Diana, who rudely just barges in the bedroom regardless of what you're doing, and doesn't bother knocking. skin red as blood, eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes and a pistol in hand. I saw a monster. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dry blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothing.
Oh, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. We all gasped and shocked, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face. But...
What the fuck?
What?
What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Looking for my ears became quieter after his first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
What did you say, Shrimp?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
In other words, nothing you do will work here. Dun 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 dun. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Matthew's Route. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long. Matthew's Route will be returning tomorrow. Bye. See you next time.